I ranked every Spider-Man movie from D tier to S tier, D meaning it was kind of bad but not trash, and S being full on peak. First off, I have the OG Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire. I loved the origin story and all that stuff, but I think the key highlight was the villain. The Green Goblin was so menacing and psychotic, and I like how his origin story was aligned with Peter's. You know, like, they were just, like, happening at the same time. The fight scenes between them were great, too. I know this is crazy, but I'm starting this list off on the S. I just love it so much. Spider-Man 2 is up next, and I did like it a lot. Just not as much as others did. The fight scenes were great and maybe even better than the ones from the first movie. Most people rank this an S, and I won't even be mad if someone did, but for me, this is a high A tier. Then we have the Bad Apple, Spider-Man 3. Look, I really didn't hate it as much as others did. In fact, it's probably the Spider-Man movie I've watched the most. But I only ever liked it for the ending, and the rest kinda sucked. Unlike most people, I liked the addition of Venom. I just didn't think they handled it well. Also, Sandman wasn't as menacing as a villain he should have been. I get the whole thing as he was trying to help his daughter, but even then, it wasn't really that much of a challenge for Spider-Man. High D tier, almost C, but still D. Then we have the reboot, The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't really have that much to say. The acting and quality was a highlight, and the story and action was pretty good too. I like this movie. I'll give it a solid B tier. I then have one of the most hated ones, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This was a decent movie and does not deserve the hate it has. It's not the best, but it ain't that bad. Electro was a great villain, and the worst part was either the pacing or the Green Goblin at the end. And neither were even that bad. I'll give this a solid C tier. It wasn't the best, but it's really not that bad. Now let's take a break from the live-action movies, shall we? And go to the animated ones. Into the Spider-Verse was great. I never really liked it that much, but on rewatch, it wasn't all that bad. Great animation, solid story, and great villains. Also, if it weren't for this movie, we wouldn't have this amazing clip.
Hey.
So walk up to her and be like, hey.
No. Like, hey.
Hey.
No. Hey.
There isn't much else to say. Solid A tier. Now, I have the better one, Across the Spider-Verse. Again, the animation was great, probably even better than the last one. And I love how the Spot turned from this goofy one-time villain to this menacing force of nature not to be reckoned with. That was a big highlight for me. That scene literally gave me chills. And when I get chills, I know it's a good movie.
Just what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm saying the N-word.
I don't think you can legally say that.
You sure about that?
Oh, nah.
I'm black now, Spider-Man.
You made yourself black so you can say the N-word?
That's right, Spider-Man. And you can't stop me.
Oh,
Absolute chills. And of course, that Miguel stuff was good too. And the chase scene and stuff, all of that stuff was great. But the ending was fantastic. It was such a crazy twist at the end, and I don't think a movie has ever made me as hyped up to watch another more than this one. Easy, without a doubt, S tier. Now let's go back to live action. We have yet another reboot, Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought this was solid. Most of the highlights are the quality and just the overall vibe it gave off. I loved that. Also, the twist scene where the Vulture is actually the girl's dad was pretty crazy. Solid A tier. I then have Spider-Man Far From Home, and unlike all the comic readers out there, the surprise Mysterio is behind it all is actually shocking. But other than that, it was okay. I didn't like the ending climax, but I thought the cliffhanger at the end was crazy, and it hyped me up for the third a lot. Doesn't deserve D tier, but I can't give it any more than a C. Finally, I have Spider-Man No Way Home. A lot of people say the last hour is good, while the first was very weak, and I don't completely disagree with that. The first half is still good, though. The fight between Electro wasn't the best, but I really enjoyed the fight with Doc Ock and Spider-Man. And the fight with Doctor Strange was unexpected, but it was pretty good. One of my favorite scenes is when Peter senses like something bad, and Green Goblin goes on full psycho mode and everyone escapes. I also almost cried when I saw Aunt May die, easily one of the saddest Spider-Man deaths of all. Then, the last bit where all three Spider-Man came, it hit me with a huge wave of nostalgia. And I was all for it. The last 50 minutes were so good and action-packed, and the amount of emotion at the end hit hard. This was such a great movie, and I admit that nostalgia played a big role, but but I don't even care. This was a great movie. Very high S tier. This is every single Spider-Man movie ranked from D tier to S tier. Oh, and also...
Hey.